Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhisakshi. Very good. So yesterday we saw the opponent was trying to question why should you start the commentary. There is no need for any commentary here because this is a japa mantra. You just have to chant. The result is already gained. So for that we said, no. Though it is for chanting, if you know the meaning and if you chant along with the knowledge of the meaning, then it will produce more result. They gave different pramanas for that from different places. Now, from Shruti and Smriti, from Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad and Nirukta. Now, we can also find a pramana from this very text. He is giving different pramanas. I am not taking all that. I am taking the pramana which is in this very text at the end. He is giving one more pramana, yudhiṣṭhiro-dharmaṃputraḥ manasa. Anyway, here, yena dhyātah śruto yena, simple pramana for us to understand. Yena dhyātah śruto yena. Yena dhyātah śruto yena. Yena śrutah. One who has heard. Yena śrutah means one who has heard this, one who has listened to this, one who listens to this. That is good. For listening, you don't have to know the meaning. We hear so many songs in different languages. We don't even know the meaning, but we just like the music. Music has no language, all those stupidity. Anyway, the point is that. But next, the first word is ena dhyātah, one who meditates on it. That is a complicated thing. Now, if I say we are chanting Vishnu Sahasranāmnāṃ, okay? Vishnu, that's one name among the other names. Vishnu, meditate on Vishnu. What will you do? I know Vishnu. I can meditate on Vishnu. Very good. Shiva, that is another name here. What will you meditate upon? I know Shiva. The problem is Vishnu is Vishnu. Shiva is also Vishnu. Now, what will you meditate upon now? Whatever name you say, I am going to meditate upon Vishnu. The problem is, who is Vishnu? What kind of Vishnu are you going to meditate upon? Don't know. So, what is Vishnu? Who is Vishnu? How is Vishnu? All that you don't know. Without knowing that, you cannot meditate. For meditating, you need to have the essence of the knowledge of what you are meditating upon, the object of meditation. So, for yena dhyātah, it is said very specifically, categorically here in the Phalashruti later. Therefore, for meditating, you need to know the meaning. For meaning, you need to know you need to write a bhashya. So, writing a bhashya is not an issue. Fine. Now, when that is established, he writes the third Mangalacharana to this his Mangalacharana again. He is writing the third Mangalacharana to show the Vishaya and Prayojana. We said there are 4 prerequisites. Okay? Sambandha, Adhikari, Vishaya, Prayojana. Why is it delayed? So, Sambandha, Adhikari, Vishaya, Prayojana. So, you need to know what is the relationship between me and the text. You need to know, am I eligible for this? You need to know what is the subject matter and what is the result. We say this. Now, without entering into the Adhikari and Sambandha, you need to know what is the result and what is the subject matter. That is what is important. I am telling you, this is the subject matter and this is the result. Are you interested in this? Yes, of course. Then you are the eligible seeker. You are Adhikari. Then the relationship between the book and you, the book and the subject matter, and the subject matter and me. That is what is the connection. So, we don't need to know those 2 things. So, we need to establish the Vishaya and Prayojana. So, for establishing the Vishaya and Prayojana, Bhagavan Bhashyakara is writing sahasramūrteḥ puruṣottamasya sahasranetrānanapāda bāhoḥ sahasranāmnāṃ stavanaṃ praśastaṃ nirūcyate janmajarādiśāntyai sahasramūrteḥ puruṣottamasya sahasranetrānanapāda bāhoḥ sahasranāmnāṃ stavanaṃ praśastaṃ nirūcyate janmajarādiśāntyai. Before understanding the meaning, there is a this is a text. This is a not ad verbatim. The idea is taken and is repeated here in this text. This is not a original idea. Where is the original idea from? This is from the very same text in Vishnu Sahasranama at the end, when different deities, different people said greatness of Vishnu, sing greatness of Vishnu. Brahma says, Brahma uvāca. There it says, Namostvanandaya sahasramūrtaye sahasravādāptiṣiro-ruvāhave sahasranāmne puruṣāya śāsvate sahasrakoti yudhiṣṭhiro namaha. Om sahasrakoti yudhiṣṭhiro nama iti, like that it will come. Now, sahasra, all sahasra is there. Oh, what is the original of that Vishnu Sahasranama? So this is from this Vishnu Sahasranama. What is the original to that Vishnu Sahasranama? There is Purusha Sukta. There is a Sukta. There is a Sukta, means a hymn called Purusha Sukta. Okay, singing the greatness of a Purusha, which is Vishnu himself. What is that? There it says, Sahasrashirsha Purusha Sahasraksha-Sahasravad Sabhumim Vishpato Vritvā Atyatishtat-dashangulam. Sahasrashirsha Purusha Sahasrakshis-Sahasravad. Same idea. Okay, now we'll come to the shloka. Sahasra is an idea which is a innumerable. Sahasra means 1,000 normally, but Sahasra also means innumerable. Here, sahasramūrteḥ, for one who has innumerable forms, not 1,000 forms, innumerable forms. Puruṣottamasya, who are we talking about? Purushanam uttamaha puruṣottamaha. For that Purushottama, tatpuruṣottamasya. So he says, Purushanam uttamaha, one who is great among the men. If he is great among the men, he has good character, he is 6 feet, he is fair, good, all that. No. Here, this Purusha, this great among the Purusha, is one who has innumerable bodies. Oh. If he has innumerable bodies, then you don't even have to say how many hands and legs he will have. Innumerable. So that is says sahasra netra. Netra means eyes. Sahasra, innumerable eyes. Anana, innumerable faces. Pada, innumerable legs. Bāhoḥ, innumerable shoulders, hands. So this Purusha has innumerable bodies, innumerable eyes, innumerable faces, innumerable legs, innumerable hands. Sahasra. For this kind of innumerable embodied personality, what is the name? Innumerable names. Sahasranāmnāṃ. So, but we are taking the 1,000 names. So, that 1,000 names, stavanaṃ, singing the greatness. Stavana is to extol. So, extolling his greatness through these 1,000 names, praśastaṃ, the great 1,000 names. Nirūcyate, I am going to, this great 1,000 names, I am going to nirūcyate, explain it. For what? Janmajarādiśāntyai, for getting rid of. Shanti means getting rid of, for subsiding. What is that? Janmajara. Janma means birth, jara means old age. Janma, birth, old age, death, etc. All this. To get rid of all this, I am going to explain the meaning of it. Okay. Now here, the subject matter is a sahasranāma. Okay. Now that is established. So sahasramūrti, etc. That is the subject matter. What is the prayojana? What is the result? Result is said as janmajarādiśāntyai, for getting rid of the birth, death, etc. The samsara. Wait. Bhagavan Bhāshyakara in Vekachudamani says, Na karma koti shatairapi. Not through thousands of crores of karmas you can get rid of the samsara. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu upalabdhai. He makes it clear. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu upalabdhai. For purification, the karma is for purification of the mind, not for gaining the truth, the self. Now, when this is so, how can you say by knowing the meaning, listening, reading, etc., it's a karma. So how can you say knowing the meaning of these names and chanting it, I will get a liberation, moksha, janmajarādiśāntyai, get rid of samsara? How can it be? True, we understand. So he says, Jityanina namartha anusandhana purvaka japena. While doing the japa along with meditating on the meaning, what happens? Chitta shuddhi, you gain the purification of mind. And purification of mind, if it is not leading you to Shastra, then it is useless. I keep repeating, it cannot be even used for tongue cleaning. Okay? So, jnanotpatti. So, through generating the knowledge, purification of a mind, which brings you to Shastra, which generates the knowledge, and through that, moksha, liberation. That is the prayojana. Okay, so that is the prayojana we are all interested in, and we will get it. Okay, now the first mantra. Before the first mantra, he is explaining who is talking, who is, see, any text like Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a discussion between between whom and whom? Arjuna and Krishna, right? We know that. But it doesn't start with Arjuna or Krishna. It starts with Dhritarashtra uvāca and Sanjaya uvāca. You have to remember that. Sanjaya is the one who is seeing everything and telling to Dhritarashtra, who is the father of all the Kauravas. Okay. So Dhritarashtra asks and Sanjaya answers. In the dialogue between them, inside that, the inner bracket is, the inner story is Arjuna and Krishna. Similarly, here Yudhiṣṭhira and Bhīma are talking, and they are characters in whose dialogue? Vāishampāyana and Janamajayaṃ. Vāishampāyana is teaching Janamajayaṃ. Janamejaya was afraid of death because he is cursed. At the end of 7th day, you are going to die. He knows on the 7th day he is going to die. So before that, he wants to understand the truth. So he is taught by Vāishampāyana. Now, that is also inside story. They are characters in another dialogue, which is between Suta, the teacher, and the Sanaka, the disciples. Sanaka, etc. Disciples. Okay. So Suta talks to Sanaka. Inside that, Vāishampāyana talks to Janamejaya. Inside that, bhīṣmaṃ talks to Yudhiṣṭhira. Okay, this is the flow. Now, we are going to start. See, though when you chant the sahasranāma stotra, we will start with Shuklam Bharadram Vishtum Shashivarnam Chadurbhujam Prasannavadaram Dhyayet Sarvaignopaṣāntaye Vyāsam Vashishtam. All that. We are not going to go into all that. We are going to just directly go to the sahasranāma portion. From there it starts actually. Okay. So these are all added shlokas. Shri Vishnu Sahasranāma Stotram. I am going to chant it once and you can chant it twice. Okay. And by that we learn the chanting and we'll learn it. You get the Upadesha also. Now after this, see, it's going to take some time. So while we are in a mantra, in one line or one mantra, you can repeat it and memorize it. It's easy, okay? Because it's not going to be over in a day or two. So it's easy. Anyway, we are going to give 1 day gap. So it is easy for us to memorize. Okay. I chant once, you chant twice. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. śrutvā dharmānaśeṣeṇa. Wait, let me finish. श्रुत्वा धर्मान् अशेषेण. Now, श्रुत्वा धर्मान् अशेषेण. श्रुत्वा धर्मान् अशेषेण. पावनानि च सर्वशः. पावनानि च सर्वशः. पावनानि च सर्वशः. युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनवम्. युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनवम्. See, if the next character starts with sh, sh, the two dots called visarga will become s or sh. Okay, accordingly, if it starts, next character starts with sa, then it will become is. If it starts with sh, then it will become sh. Okay, if it starts with pa, then it will become f. So now here start with sha. Yudhiṣṭhiraḥ śāntanavam. Yudhiṣṭhiraḥ śāntanavam. punarevābhyabhāṣata. 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 Now chant along with me. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. śrutvā dharmānaśeṣeṇa. pāvanāni ca sarvaśaḥ. yudhiṣṭhiraḥ śāntanavam. punarevābhyabhāṣata. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. śrutvā dharmān aśeṣeṇa. pāvanāni ca sarvaśaḥ. yudhiṣṭhiraḥ śāntanavam. punarevābhyabhāṣata. Very good. Now we'll see the general meaning and go to the bhashya. Śrutvā, after listening to the dharma completely, entirely, in totality, and that which the dharma which purifies you completely, totally, after listening to the dharma which purifies, after completely listening to dharma which purifies you entirely, Yudhiṣṭhira asked Śāntanava, son of Śāntanu, bhīṣmaṃ. Yudhiṣṭhira asked bhīṣmaṃ again, punarevābhyabhāṣata. Punareva, again, abhyabhāṣata, he asked. So Yudhiṣṭhira asked Śāntanava again about the dharma. Okay, after listening to all this, he asked again. What he asked, we will see later. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. Bhashya. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. I don't have the bhashya portion, corrected bhashya portion yet. I will correct it and I'll add it to the text. You can read it later. Okay. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca in the comment section or description session. śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. Śrīvaishampāyana said this. What did he say? Who is Vaishampāyana? śrīvaishampāyana janamejayaṃ prati uvāca. Who did he talk to? śrīvaishampāyana uvāca. Who? Where is there? Is there anyone? I'm talking to myself, looking at myself in the laptop. So, is Vaishampāyana doing the same thing? No. Vaishampāyana was teaching Janamejaya. That is why he says, śrīvaishampāyana janamejayaṃ prati uvāca. Vaishampāyana told to Janamejaya. Okay, now, śrutvā, after hearing all this, the thing is, here, Vaishampāyana starts on his own. Janamejaya didn't ask any question. He didn't ask any question. He wanted to hear whatever he wanted to hear. And after everything is over, he just, okay. He understood. So he doesn't want to ask anything now. But Vaishampāyana, the guru, out of the costless compassion, he thought, okay, in different places, I have told the glory of the Lord. So I will compile it in one place, one portion, and I will tell this fellow. Out of his own curiosity, out of his own interest, he teaches this. And in this very Mahabharata, it is said, Na prishtan kasyachit bruyat janatopi medhavi jaravat lokamacharayet. Na prishtan kasyachit bruyat. Don't answer anyone without being asked. If you are not asked, keep your mouth shut. Janatopi medhavi jaravat lokamacharayet. Even though the intelligent person, medhavi, a person with intelligence, wisdom, knows it, Jadavad lokamacharet. Act like an inert in the world. Don't answer without being asked. But still, here, because of the compassion, the costless compassion, that is the nature of Guru. So, costless compassion, he just comes with this. Okay? No. Dharmān, śrutvā. That is why what śrutvā is. After hearing. What did he hear? What did Janamajayaṃ hear from Guru Vhīṣmaṃ? Dharmān. Dharma. What does dharma mean? abhyudayaniṣreyasahetubhūtān, codanālakṣaṇān. abhyudayaniṣreyasahetubhūtān. Simple. We are going to delve deep into each of this bhashya word. See, bhashya itself is, each word in the sutra is each word in the shloka is a sutra. It's like an aphorism. And each one of those is explained in a very simple, subtle way. That is why it is, you have to understand the teaching of Vedanta before entering this bhashya. So, codanālakṣaṇān, abhyudayaniṣreyasahetubhūtān, abhyudayaniṣreyasadharmaṃ. What dharma are we talking about? That which brings abhyudayaniṣreyasa. Abhyudayaniṣreyasahetubhūtān. Abhyudaya means greatness in the world. Comparative greatness. Nishreyasa means superlative greatness. That is the difference. Okay? For now, we will understand comparative greatness and superlative greatness, codanālakṣaṇān, which is prescribed in the Vedas. aśeṣeṇa-kārtsyena. aśeṣeṇa means kārtsyena. aśeṣeṇa, the word aśeṣeṇa. aśeṣa means leftover. aśeṣa means nothing left over. Means kārtsyena, completely, entirely. Pāvanāni. Pāvanāni means from pui pavane dhatu, to purify. That which purifies. Purifies what? The body. For purifying the body, I have water and beautiful soap. I can take bath over. If it is to purify my smell, remove my smell, then I can perfume myself. No. What does this purify? Pāpakṣayakarāṇi. It gets rid of the papas, the sins. We already said in the introduction. Yudhiṣṭhiro-dharmaṃ Shri Parameshwara Prityartham. In the story, I said Yudhiṣṭhira. Yudhiṣṭhira means papakshaya. So, by getting rid of papa from your heart, because that is where the papas reside. In your heart, the impurities reside in your heart. And because of this impurity, which is the latent tendency, you start doing the wrong things. The good samskaras, good thought temperance, you do good things. Bad samskaras, bad thought temperance, you do bad things. So, if you purify that, then dharmarahasyāni, and also the secret of dharma. sarvaśaḥ-saravaprakaraiḥ, in totality, in every which way. śrutvā, after hearing yudhiṣṭhiraḥ. Who did hear this? There were these people. Did bhīṣmaṃ listen to it? Bhīṣmaṃ is the fatso in the group. He was an intelligent person also. No, not him. Arjuna, he is very dear to bhīṣmaṃ actually. Did he hear to? No, not him. Nakula Sahadeva, they are smart people also. No. Whom did he say this to? Yudhiṣṭhiraḥ. Why Yudhiṣṭhira? This is the fellow who lost the game and brought us to this situation. Why did he teach Yudhiṣṭhira? Yudhiṣṭhira is a dharmaputra, his son of dharma, his embodiment of dharma himself. So he asked. Whom did he ask? śāntanavaṃ. Śantanoho apatyam puman. Śantanu's son. Śantanu's son is Śāntanava. Okay. Now, there is a situation here. If you are saying father's name, if you take father's name, then you have to also say the mother's name. Because without a mother, there can be no father. But what is this? Without a father, there can be no mother also. Right, you are right. But there can be doubts regarding the name of the father. There can be ignorance regarding the name of the father. There can be many different situations regarding the father, but not about the mother. One father means there is only one mother possible. So there can be doubt regarding the father when you say the mother's name. We'll come to that later. So when he says Śāntanu, who is the mother? You have to say that. Śāntanu is Bhīṣma, the mother is Ganga. Śāntanu and Ganga came together and Bhīṣma was born. Okay, that's the story. Now, what is this? When you know the mother's name, even if you don't know the father's name, that's a different issue. That's possible also. How is it possible? I'll tell you a story from Upanishad. There was this lady who was serving in we call it chatram. It's a chowltree. It's like a traveler's resting place. In every city, every village, the king used to have one, like your lodge. Okay, lodging and the food and all is provided there. People didn't misuse it. People came to whatever job they wanted to do, they come and they stay, eat, they go back. They don't waste their time. They don't waste the money, resources. Now, if you start a lodge like that, then you will be feeding only lazy idiots. They won't go out of. And even if they go and do all stupid things and come here back. So here, this is a lodge run by the king, in like many other lodges, and it was taken care of this man and his wife. They had a kid. This man died. And this wife, she thought, okay, my son, my husband was a learned person. They told me before marriage. My father also is a learned one. So I have to send my son also to study. He is of the age of studying. So I have to admit him to the school. So she called her son, and said, see, if you go to the guru, you have to tell who your father is, who your mother is, what is your family lineage. And the problem with this lady is she got married very early and she lost the husband also very early. So she could not ask what was the name of the what was the family lineage and all that. She didn't know all the details. Even now, many families in India don't have the detail. So this is not a strange thing. Oh, then now it is lost. But then she was married young and she was in. You can lift your fingers and say, oh, she was a bad lady, bad character, lady with bad character and all that. No, she was serving the husband very nicely, but because she was involved in the service and all that, and because of the ignorance, she didn't have time to ask. He died. Now she called the son and said, son, go to the guru and tell, your name is Satyakama and my name is Jabala. You are son of Jabala. Just go and tell your father, guru. But he'll ask for some details. Go and say that. I don't have any other detail. Go and say this. Let us see. So he goes, and in front of everyone, the guru asks, okay, what's your name? Who are you? He says, I am Satyakama, son of Jabala. Over. When you are asked, you have to say, I am son of this person, that who is his wife, and this is the lineage. No, nothing. In front of everyone, he accepts. And this can be a very tricky thing, a thing of shame. But without any shame, without any worry, he said, this is what is the truth. This is what my mother told me. The guru said, only a Brahmin can say the truth in spite of all these misunderstanding possibilities. So you are a Brahmin, I am going to teach you. So the story of Satyakama Jabala, Jabala didn't know the husband and his family lineage, but still it is accepted. Here, Śāntanu, you say, he didn't give the name of the wife Ganga because it is a known story. So he didn't give the name. But Parashara Bhatta, he gives the name. Okay? bhīṣmaṃ. Sakalapurṣārthasādhanam. What did he ask? Sakalapurṣārthasādhanam. That which means for all the Purusha, dharma, artha, kam, moksha. We already saw dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Dharma, duty, artha, wealth, kama, desire, moksha, liberation. The path for all these, a common path for all these. Sukha sampadhyam, that which is easily gained. And alpa prayasam, and without putting any effort, which is easily gained and you don't have to put any more effort. Also, analpa phalam. Analpa phalam, it has abundance of result, unlimited result. So that which is easily gained, that which can be practiced without difficulty but produces great results. Anuktamiti, that is not said. Krutva, thinking this, punaḥ-bhūya eva abhyabhāṣata-praśnaṃ. Again he asked the question. This is what the thing starts. We are going to inquire into each word of the bhashya and discuss in detail everything. But before we do that, we'll go to Parashara Bhatta's commentary. There I want to attract the attention to this particular detail there. See, other things are more or less the same explanation. Like aśeṣeṇa, he says again kārtsyena, completely, entirely. But what is entirely? He explains it. Yecha yavantaha tavantascha ityartha. Whatever is, how much ever it is, the same thing he explained. Matlab, meaning without adding to it or reducing it. Without adding or reducing, just whatever it is, he is saying that. Okay? Now, sarvaśaḥ means in all the ways. In all the ways means what? Phalatah, angatah, swarupatah, adhikaratascha. What is the result? What are the different parts, limbs you have to practice? What is the nature of each one of the result and the practice? And who is the one who is eligible? In every angle, he has explained it. Okay? This is one thing which we can see. Now, after explaining the Śāntanu is Śāntanoho Gangāyam Jātatvena. Śāntanu and Ganga's son, he is. Therefore, śāntanavaṃ. Anyway, this is the important point. Santohi, completing this commentary on the first mantra, he says, Santohi ācārya-nisthāṃ anvishya tad ruci parigrihitam eva tattvam cha rochante nato pramānikatvam matrena, pramānikatvam matrena. This is what is important point which we need to take. Take means as an opponent's view. So he says, Santohi, people who are seekers, noble souls. Okay? Noble people, what they do, Santaha, noble people. Let us understand it as noble people. Okay? What do they do? Ācārya-nisthāṃ anvishya. People who are acharyas, teachers, preceptors. What is their nishtha in? What are they established in? What is that they believe in? Anvishya, inquiring into it. Tad ruci parigrihitameva, whatever is interesting for them, whatever is accepted by them, is what should be, that tattvam should be rochante. That tattvam they desire. The noble people, they desire only those things which the acharyas, the preceptors accept. Not just natu pramānikatvam, not just because it has a valid proof. It has a valid proof. Not just because it is a valid proof. That is the point. He says, you have to, the Vaishnavas have this important rule. You have to listen to the Acharya, period. Even if God comes and tells you, no, my Acharya told this, so I won't follow. Simple. So, Acharya Nishtha, whatever the Acharya follows, you have to follow. Even if it is pramanika, even if it is said in Vedas. See, we do say, if you have doubts in regarding Vedas, to understand the Vedas, you have to go to the Guru. Etatra brahmana sammarshinaha yukta yukta. The Upanishad says, whoever the brahmanas who understand the truth, you go to them. If you have some doubts, go to them. So here he says, even if it is a valid proof, even if it is from Vedas, don't worry. If whatever your Guru follows, you follow that. Now, Bhagavan in Gita says very clearly, Tasmat Shastrameva Pramanam te Karya Karyavastha. Therefore, Shastra is the valid proof for you. Follow the Shastra. Bhagavan himself says, follow the Shastra, and Parashara Bhatta says, follow the person who follows the whatever he follows, follow that. Follow the preceptor, follow the Guru, that's all. This is the difference. So, we'll understand this more. Om Purnamadaః Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevāvaṣiṣyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.